Today's MBE 101 will be on seat materials and guide materials and why MBE chooses to use the more expensive, better quality materials. Okay, so what we have here, we have what most of our competitors put in cylinder heads. That is simple brass, okay? We do not use this. We use copper beryllium or a mold star style seat, okay? We get the copper beryllium from CHE as we do our guide materials. The problem with the brass seat is, well, first of all, the reason why they put it in is this is 3 times less money than this. But in the end, this costs you more money because of the wear. Okay, if you look at this valve, this is a coated intake with chromium nitride. Okay, the copper beryllium seat. As you can see, this is a used valve. This has 0 wear. This is after a season. Okay, so what's nice about this is your intake valves last longer. When you pull them out and you go to put rings in your engine and you're going to valve job the heads, you're going to clean the valves with Scotch-Brite and you're going to check them for straightness. You're not going to have to grind the valve. So in essence, your valve lasting longer. Here we have a valve using the wrong seat material. Simple brass. Look at the wear on this. Same amount of hours. It's just beat to snot. The reason is this brass is way too hard and it just does not work. Okay? So when you come to MBE, it looks like, oh, MBE's heads are $700 to $900 more a set than somebody else's. The reason is it's a seat material. This costs an extra approximately $800 in a big block, $700 in a small block to put in. Oh, the better material is. But if your intake valves last 3 to 4 times longer, a set of intake valves is $1,000. Any way you look at it, it's going to be right around $1,000. If we can save you thousands a year or two down the road, then that's what we should do. So that's what we do. In other words, if we know, then we should be doing it. So we do it. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example of why this seat material is so important. In 2011, Don Schumacher's fuel teams were testing our top fuel head. Okay, they had tested it all year. We went to Vegas. They were going to run it for the first time. They went out there. They had 6 to 7 mile an hour on the number 2 qualifier in the Army car, 8 straight runs, and won the race. I get a phone call from Mike Green. He says, Matt, the valve jobs are wiped out of these things. What are we going to do? Well, no lie, I was pretty much in oh shit mode. I did not want to lose this account. This is a very important account. I have a nitro background, so I wanted to do this all my life. What we did was we had them send the cylinder heads back, and we took the simple brass material out, and we put the copper beryllium in them, went to Pomona, and they, great again, I think they runner-up, had top mile an hour by 6 mile an hour again. They hauled ass, and then Schumacher decided to use, we did a 2-year deal with them, pretty much all their funny cars and Top Fuel, they set all the national records with it. But the reason why we saved the account is because we put the proper seat materials in. So that is just one example of why it's so important that if it's going to help the larger teams with a lot of money, it's still going to help you. And a $700 investment on a package would be foolish not to use. And I think it's foolish to ever put this in. I think it's almost like stealing myself. Okay, and then we go on to the guide materials. We use CHE for our guides also. They have proprietary bronze alloys that they put in their guides. The reason why that is so important because you have heat expansion. The heat expansion rate on a CHE guide allows us to run tighter clearances. The tighter clearances allow us to keep the valve job where the valve job will stay up much longer because you don't want the valve coming down and seating like this, and that's what if you looked at it, that's what it'd be doing. With the tighter guide, it just comes straight, it's in, so it's much less wear. Okay, so we can run tighter tolerances there. Also for high RPM and extreme heat use, this is excellent. And then we have the other material, which you find sometimes, and you can see the color distance. It's a definite different color difference. I'm not sure what that is made out of. To me, it's not important because I won't use it. But these wear. In one season, you'll have to put guides in it. And then once you put guides in it, you got to valve job it. And then all of a sudden, just because you put a $2 to $3 guide in it instead of a $12 guide in it, now you got to valve job it. You got to do this. Your heads wear out sooner. You basically got a bunch of junk that you spend a lot of extra. You could have avoided all of this. Okay, so you'll see in all of MBE's heads that we do not use this, we do not use this, we do use this, and we do use this. We are very fortunate, just like many people in our industry, our competitors, and everything. I'd say a lot of us use CHE for all these reasons that I've stated. That's MBE 101 Seat and Guides. Thank you for joining us.